Lex orandi, lex credent.
Welcome to Swetnam chapter 30 to the section on exercises. First one, blepo de heteron nomon entois melesimmu. Now or but, they can also be but I see blepo, present indicative active, but I see heteron nomon, other or another. Other, we have the accusative here, other law in my end with dative in my parts, dative plural, in my parts or in my members, parts of the body, in my members. But I see another law in my members. Second, phonecros anthropos is in the nominative, the dead man. Archetai legain is infinitive, present active infinitive. Archetai, middle, indicative, present middle, third person singular, archetype, to begin. The dead man begins to speak. First stage coming in the in the subclause. As a result, if you go to the vocabulary section with Hoster, when it comes to in the intelligence section in the principal clause, and so. When it comes in the subordinate clause, so that, with the result that. So we have in the subordinate clause here, Hoster, the dead man begins to speak. As a result, all have fear. All have fear. We have quantas accusative with again infinitive accusative construction, and most of the time it has infinitive accusative construction. The dead man begins to speak. As a result, all have fear. Third, we have question mark at the end. A is any second person indicative active. Are you not the Christ? Are you not the Christ? 4. Δικαιόν εστιν ενώπιον του Θεού ομών εκουέιν μάλλον ye του Θεού. It's interesting. I think the division or clubbing of the words according to cases matter much here. At the end, there is a question mark. So we need to form it as a question. Still, there is no explicit subject there. So it is or is it? Because question, is it? Δικαιόν, is it just before God, enophion to you? Akurein, to listen command of you more than of God. That's the literal translation. Is it just before God to hear or to listen? Genitive, plural, of you or listen. Interesting. Listen to hear. I think to hear goes better here instead of listen. Again, let's try again. It is it just, because the question before God. Now we have genitive coming with infinitive. Is it just before God to hear? Infinitive, to hear, command of you more than of God. That's the literal translation. Just to polish it a little bit, as Swetnam gives here, is it just before God to hear you, instead of saying of you, to hear you than God? I would still suggest when you come to the exam, do the literal translation. Didascale, vocative, teacher. Poia entole megale ente nomo. So there is a question again. Poia, do you know this form? Comes from poios, which means what sort of, which, what kind of. We have poia comes in the neuter, nominative, and accusative. Pause here if you need, just to understand and try to get the form. Poia is also feminine, nominative, singular. Anywhere else? Poia? Yeah. Entole megale is feminine, so poia feminine singular, nominative. But we are using it now. We are not using neuter here, but feminine singular. Teacher, which entole megale, which great commandment in the law? Teacher, which great commandment in the law? We have a sentence where the verb is obvious, so verb is left out. So we will have to supply the verb, and most of the time it is conjugation of ame. So teacher, which is the great commandment in the law. Number 6. Hoi matetai, the disciples erkontai eis to peran chloris or chloris arthon. The disciples are coming or disciples come to the other side. Eis to peran. It is also because beyond or to the other side. Let us look at the peran, beyond or on the other side. Peran goes with genitive. Matetai, the disciples go to the other side chorus without arthon, means from the genitive plural, arthon. The disciples go to the other side without bread. Number 7. They, now Jesus said to him, interesting. Now Jesus said to him, Panta is neuter plural, all things, all or all things. Then you have Dunata. Dunata is an adjective. All things, again, we do not have a verb here. Then, and Jesus said to him, all things, Panta, Dunata is possible. All things are possible. Okay, so to stay on T, we have dative participle plural. Because there is a article, you make it like a noun. How do you do it? To the one who believes. To stay on tie, to the one who believes. You need to get that, that dative effect, dative nuance you need to get. For that you add to the. And Jesus said to him, all things, Panta, are, we supply are, do not are possible to the one who believes. To the one who believes. I given further explanation here. If you need a little more time, you can pause here and have a look at it. A. A, we have a conditional sentence here. If Alois, dative plural, with two others who came in, I am not apostle. St. Paul is saying in Corinthians, I think, yeah. If to others I am not an apostle, to you, they, to mean, ye me. Interesting. Uh, see, the particle gay there, it is more for emphasis, surely, definitely. If to others I am not an apostle, but surely To you, I am. If to others, I am not an apostle, but to you, surely I am. He is emphasizing that others may not consider me as their apostle, but to them, to this particular, to the Corinthians, he is an apostle. Apostle comes from apostello, the one who is sent. 9. Yen Lailabs Megale Anemu. Anemu, wind, it's in the genitive singular. Megale, great, Lailabs, storm. There was a Megale Lailabs, there was a great storm of wind. There was a great storm of wind. I have explained the nuances here. Kindly take a little time to go through this. Let's continue. We can pause if you need here. 10. Kai allos angelos erketai. The other angel comes to run out of heaven, and Kai to prosopon out of his face pose as the sun. Hohelios as the sun, or like the sun. The other angel comes out of the heaven, and his face like the sun. His face was like the sun. His face was like the sun. 11. Koi matetai every scorn. Every scorn is imperfect. Because koi matetai plural, so we take it as third person plural. The disciples were finding Jesus. On Yesu, the disciples were finding Jesus. Peran tes palatses, beyond the sea. Now, this is an imperfect. Imperfect means if it was in the Irish, you could have said the disciples found Jesus. At one particular point, they found him. Here it is imperfect. That means possibly they were searching for a long time. They were finding him. You can also, little more reflectively, they were finding Jesus. I try to make a little more deeper meaning. I would not go much deeper here because there's a particular parenthesis. The disciples were finding Jesus beyond the sea. Well, Isu Eho Christos Nege Hemin Paraseya. A is conditional. If you are any second person, sorry, any second person singular, you are the Christ. See, the su has come. That means it is for emphasis. If you are the Christ, lege, imperative, tell whom to us, boldly. If you are the Christ, tell us boldly. Number 13, Tai, hoi, hagioi, anthropoi. And the holy men, Hesan, imperfect, Amy, third person plural, were Enopion, Angelon, Hagion. The holy men were before the holy angel, before holy angels. There's no article there, before holy angels. And Enopian to Arniu. It's interesting. And before the Lamb. It's from Revelation, book of Revelation. The holy men were before holy angels and before the Lamb. Number 14. Legei he mater tu Yesu. The mater tu Yesu is the subject. The mother of Jesus says, prothauton, to him, uk accusing. Accusing comes from echo, present indicative active, third person plural. They have uk. They have no, but they do not have got better. They do not have oinon, accusative wine. Mother of Jesus said to him, they do not have wine. Team. Tuto topoterion, ke kaine diatheke, ento haimati. N with N plus dative. In ento haimatimu, in my blood. Ke kaine diatheke. Kaine, we spoke about kind today. Kind being new. So the new diatheke covenant, tuto, tuto topoterion. This cup, this cup, we have to supply the verb. This cup is the new covenant in my blood. This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Number 16. Now, hoste has come in the beginning. Now, we said when hoste comes in the subordinate clause, it acts like as a result of. Whereas when it comes in the main clause, in the principal clause, and in the first position, then we translate it as and so. And so, now we have kurios in the nominative. You also have Hohuyos to Anthropo. Hohuyos is also in the nominative. But Hohuyos has an article. Curios does not have an article. So that is the distinction between how do we find out when there are two nominatives, which one is the subject, how do we find out? The nominative which has article will be taken as the subject. Because when there is esteem, the subject and the predicate both will be nominative. But if one of them have an article, that acts as the subject. Okay, and so the Son of Man is Lord, Kurios, Lord, High. See, now so far we have been thinking of high as translating it as and. High has another meaning, even. You know, that emphasis, even. And so the Son of Man is Lord, even to Sabbath, of Sabbath. And so the Son of Man is Lord, even of Sabbath. 17. To Christos erketai, tina diates hupomones, kai diates parakletheos ton graphon ken elpida ecomen. Sentence looks long and complicated, but actually the construction is simple. For Christos erketai, Jesus, Christ comes in order. Sorry, Christ comes so that, or in order that Christ comes so that through the dia tes supomene, through the perseverance or on account of perseverance, on account of the perseverance, and on account of the encouragement of scriptures, on graphon of scriptures, ecomen, present indicative active first person plural, we have we have hope. I'll translate it fully. Christ comes so that on account of the perseverance and on account of the encouragement of the scriptures, we have faith. Sorry, we have elpida is hope. We have hope. Create vocative son, diabolu of devil, ethre enemy, ethros enemy, passes dikaizunet, son of devil, enemy of enemy of all justice or righteousness, all justice, all righteousness. Again, there is no verb there, and I think without verb it stands there. Son of devil, enemy, it is an expression, enemy of all righteousness, enemy of all justice. Number 19, ties tintuto, didake kaine hat exousian. See here we translate it as what, interrogative, particle. What is this? What is this? Didake kaine, new teaching, hat exousian. Hata with accusative, according to, according to, what is this? New teaching according to authority. A little more, polished formulation will be new teaching with authority. That is more of a polished version. Literal would be according to authority. What is this? A new teaching according to authority. Good. We are done with the translations of chapter 30. I request you to pause wherever you want to pause. Go slow as much as possible. Try to get the grammatical nuances. Thank you.
Initium sapientiae timor Domini, verbum vitae lux in tenebris. In principio erat verbum,